Greetings, people of the internet. It is I, that Canadian fangirl, back again for your red hot news and excitement for this week of anime and pop cultural excitement. This week, for no reason whatsoever, I thought the episode so long in advance, like, oh yeah, we're gonna talk about this. I want to talk about the Toy Story movies. No particular reason. I want to talk about Toy Story, which is hands down probably my top 5 favorite Pixar movies of all time. That trilogy is perfection, plus one. We'll get to it. I'm going to talk about all the four movies in a vague sense, but it's really mostly positive because the Toy Story movies are just that good. Again, starting with the first Toy Story, it still holds up for what it is. For one of the first fully CGI animated films, God, that film looks so good. Just rewatching Toy Story. It's like, no, this still holds up. And I'll be honest, I didn't see Toy Story in theaters. I didn't see Toy Story in theaters because Toy Story came out when I was 2, so I wouldn't have seen it anyway. But we had it on VHS, so I probably saw it when I was 3 or 4 on VHS, and I just love that film. It is so good. Like animation for the time, Toy Story looks really good. It is one of those films that it just looks good. And it's still really funny. The Toy Story movie is so quotable with good humor and a really straightforward, simple story that is just nice. Like, yeah, it's a story about toys. That's it, and it helps that the characters are really simple and complex. That's okay. That sounds like a moron. They're simple and what they are like. I don't know. Maybe because I don't know. The characters of Toy Story have like one personality trait, but they'll identify with a personality trait, so you know who these characters are. Like Woody, Buzz, Potato Head, Ham, Rex, Slinky. Like these are all characters that's like, no, they have very simple personalities, but they are fleshed out personalities that you know who these characters are, and you like them. Like, Woody and Buzz have have a great dynamic working off each other. Potato Head and Ham are like the cynical, characters that are there to cynical. Slinky the little best, like this loyal friend. Rex is a constant warrior. Everyone else just had their own personalities, but that what makes these characters fun and what makes the story so interesting. Because you like what the story, you like the characters in Toy Story. They are good characters. Like rewatching the original Toy Story, it's like, no, this one was still really good. Like, for what it is, it holds up. It's still one of my favorite Pixar movies. It's like, Pixar did so many movies that like the original Toy Story probably come down, but it's like, it's still a solid 8 out of 10 film. Like I would say it's solid. It's a solid 8 out of 10 film. Like, a novelty alone, Toy Story is that's that good, but it's like you take the novelty of the animation out of it, it's still a good movie. And then you got Toy Story 2, which I might have seen it in theaters. I was 6 when it came out, so I have vague recollection of maybe seeing it. But then again, how many people remember the really young Seattle? I have this vague recollection of seeing it in Seattle, so I was 6 years old, so. But Toy Story 2, for what it is, better in like every way. Like in a couple of years after Toy Story, so animation is much improved. They advanced the characters in a sense where it's like these are still Woody, Buzz, and the cast from the original film, but you can tell they have evolved, and you can tell these characters have evolved, and they have grown from the first film. It's still really funny. Toy Story 2 is hilarious. The story is honestly better than the first. So they take what was set up in the first film and then add on it with way more to this world that they invented with Toy Story, and how interesting this world is. It's the first time you look at a Put in Stone or Pixar film when you're sitting there, it's like, this is Pixar's thing, so Pixar's thing is making you feel, and Toy Story 2 makes you feel. We all know everyone knows that somebody loved me. Like, now, Toy Story 2 is better on every way than the first Story. It's a solid 9. I would say, yeah, like the first one's an 8 out of 10. I would say 2 is a 9 out of 10. Like, again, this is tough. Again, still one of Pixar's best movies. And Toy Story 3 is probably my favorite of the trilogy for a few reasons. One, I did see Toy Story 3 in theaters. Because that was years later, so I did see it in theaters, but particularly because I literally grew up with Toy Story. When Toy Story 3 came out, I was the same age as Andy. Like, much like Andy in his films, Andy going away to college, I was also preparing to go away to college. I would have been 16, 17. So, yeah, and they're already planning it, like, what you're going to do after high school, and you growing up and seeing Toy Story on the big screen at that age, they realize, like, this film literally I literally grew up with these films. Toy Story 3 comes out just as I'm leaving high school to go to college or university, same thing really. And Toy Story 3 ends with Andy grown up and going to college. It's like, this trilogy was so perfectly planned for a generation of kids. Like, there are so many people probably my age who, well, babies when Toy Story 2 when Toy Story came out, were kids with Toy Story 2, and we're going off to college. Like, this was perfectly planned. I love that, and because of that, I think Toy Story 3 is my favorite of the film for a lot of things. Again, the story is advanced again. You take where the characters left off in Toy Story 2, and you literally take them to, this is where we are now. We've seen this. We've seen the characters have grown again to the point where you understand where these characters are. The animation is, I mean, by this point, computers are so advanced that the animation is beautiful. It's so much. Like, you can watch the evolution of Pixar watching the Toy Story movies, from where they started to where they are now. It's like, yeah, you can see that in Toy Story. Still funny. Toy Story is such a good series. It's so funny on top of being so hard. But God, that climax in Toy Story 3, the friggin' like, watching the toys in the freaking landfill about to be burned alive before they're, and I'm like, we're going out together, and then it is so intense, and it's like, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit, they're gonna do it, they're gonna, and they string you along so hard when you think this is the final moment, this is how they're gonna go out, and the ending does make me tear up just watching Andy say goodbye to these toys and passing them on to these new kids and donating these toys and just watching as he's slowly driving off and the watching Andy drive off in the distance. It's like, oh, that gets you right here in the field. It is a beautiful ending to what is a superb film. Oh my god, I love Toy Story 3 so much. It is probably one of the best trilogies of all time. It's a 10 out of 10 film. Love it. I love the Toy Story trilogy. And then we have to go, and then we have the little plus one. It's like, oh yeah! Toy Story 4 technically exists. Like, okay, let's be honest. The Toy Story films are like a perfect trilogy for Pixar. It's a Pixar-only trilogy. They don't have, okay, well, I guess Cars, but Cars 3 was way after this, so like at the time this was like the trilogy of Pixar, and it's still the trilogy. Like Inside Out probably gonna top it, because let's be honest, Inside Out 2, and probably the new a new generation Toy Story, but like Toy Story is like this entity in Pixar where it's like this film, near perfect, gorgeous movies with so good. And I think near perfect because like, okay, calling this Pixar calling anything from Toy Story perfect is like calling anything perfect is like a double-edged sword, because like there's like perfection is kind of solely spoken. Like I'm not gonna say the trilogy's perfect, but yeah, near perfect. Plus one. So it's like, yeah, this is a film where like we didn't need Toy Story 4. Clearly, Toy Story 4 came about because 3 was so well received that they had to make a Toy Story 4 to be like, we have to do more with this series, and it's good. I know people like telling me it's not good. Like, no, Toy Story 4 is still good because it's still Toy Story. It's still this world. It's still these characters that we grew up as the 3 movies. And there are a lot of things I like in Toy Story 4. Like, I've always said this. Toy Story 4 feels more like just an overly long epilogue than an actual new story, where it's like here's the trilogy of like this near perfect trilogy, and then here's like an hour-long epilogue that they're like, and this is what happened after. It's like, what's like, it's good, but the story is okay. The story in Toy Story 4 is really just okay. It's still the characters from Toy Story, but at the same time you're like, this is just fine. The thing that helped Toy Story 4, the strongest part of the Toy Story 4 are the new characters. Let's be honest, bring in Forky and Keanu Reeves as Duke Kaboom and Ducky and Bunny with Key and Peele. Bringing back Bo Peep. Everything with the antique store, this new kind of setting. That's the interesting stuff, because it's like, then it's after Bo Peep was out of Toy Story 3 and seeing her come back, it's like, no, this is nice. I like it. That first scene is amazing with what he's saying goodbye to Bo, with a great scene, and totally, I would say makes up for her being out of 3, but it is a nice scene, and it's nice to see Bo again. But like, yeah, it's nice to see Bo again. Seeing this and looking at like these antique toys and antique stores, find the colorful setting. That's the fun stuff. So, but like, and I like Forky. Like, I think Forky's got some good lines. But it's like, the new stuff is good. And then you have like Woody and Bud and the other toys. It's like, yeah, outside of Woody, everyone else is kind of there. Which why does it feel like an epilogue? That being said, it's probably the best the series has ever looked. And my God, with Toy Story 4, you can see how far Pixar has come into their animation, because Toy Story 4 is beautiful. It is a beautiful looking film, so from an animation perspective, that's what makes sense. Honestly, Toy Story 4 is like a perfect example of a C film. It's perfectly confident. It's fine. It's a 6 out of 10. But that's the thing. Because it's Toy Story, I think that's why it's so high, because Toy Story is like a high caliber for Pixar, so it's like, but compared to the trilogy, it's fine. It's still probably one of the better films to come out of Pixar than Incredibles 2, or Cars 3, or Finding Dory. Even though those are fine, but it's like, it's Toy Story, so people have to like it. And I guess I came up with this when I was watching Toy Story 4. I'm not touching Lightyear, that's a different thing. But here's the thing. It's called Toy Story. It's not called Woody. It's not called Buzz Lightyear. I'm not touching Lightyear, like a whole different thing. It's not called Andy's Toys. It's not called Bonnie's Toys. It's called Toy Story. Why would it be about this a Toy Story? Like, you don't need Woody and Buzz and the gang in these films. What if Toy Story 4 was about a different group of toys, like a different kid's toys, and it's about their stories, or it's about a bunch of lost toys, or it's about this a different group of toys, and it's about their experiences being placed in what and their connection to their kids, or what have you. And something's like, actually, that would make a lot more sense. Like, you don't need Woody, Buzz, and like Bonnie in Toy Story 4. What if Toy Story 4 was about Bo Peep? Like, what if the story was about Bo Peep becoming a lost toy and her journey to who she is? And like, that would be an amazing movie. Like, that would be you get to call it Toy Story 4, but you don't need Woody and Buzz. Like, I don't know. They literally came to my mind after I watched Toy Story 4 and Toy Story 5 on the way, so it's like, like, you need them because they're the kids people associate with Toy Story, but if it was just about toys, and it was like, here's some new kid in a completely different country, and here's his, like, 5 toys, and this is their story now, and we set up, a bunch of new toys, and they have their own experiences. It's like, that's a way to keep Toy Story going without having to, bring back in Andy's Toy Gang. It's like, you don't need that. That being said, I don't work for Pixar, so it's like, I don't know. That's something that I think would be a fun idea, but, and I should say that I came up with this before I watched any of the Toy Story shorts, and so I did watch the shorts. Literally, yes, I watched like the 5 of those shorts, and all the shorts I made, like Toy Story of Tail and Toy Story Time for God, with a really good shorts, with probably what they should have done with the series. But like those Toy Story 2, like European Vacation, oh, the Hawaiian Vacation, well, I had by Police with Rex. They're fine. They're just good short. They're just fun. And I slog through the Forky short, but they're not good. The Forky shorts reek of, hey, Disney Plus just launched. Here's a month, like some 8-minute short we had a Pixar animals do for like in B-roll. Cause like they have them to do anime Forky for 8 minutes. It's like, God, why? That being said, I can't remember that. I want that Lamp Life short, which is that bow short about. It's like, why wasn't the Toy Story 4 about this? And this would have been an interesting movie. And like that was my idea. It's like I don't think it's a short, but it's like, yeah, I want to watch like an hour and a half movie of Bo leaving her land and becoming a lost toy and coming into who she is and becoming this new character. It was like that would have been interesting. I would have watched that. Maybe I'm alone, but like that would have been fun. Literally end of us help meeting Woody again. That would have been cool. But that being said, as a trilogy of Toy Story 1, 2, and 3, it is still Pixar's magnum opus. Like when you think Pixar, you think the Toy Story trilogy now. And I love the first 3 Toy Story movies so much. Like, they would probably be in my top 5 favorite Pixar movies of all time. Like, I would say probably Toy Story 3. Maybe Inside Out, Toy Story 2, Inside Out 2, and the original Toy Story. But then again, I'm a little bit. We'll talk about that later. But the trilogy, it shows this constant evolution of how these movies evolve, and it's like, with how a trilogy should be. Like, you start simple with a simple story of Woody is jealous because Buzz is his new toy and he's taking Andy's attention. And you go through this whole story of Woody and Buzz learning to become buddies and get along, and they grow closer because that's who they are. You advance to Toy Story 2, where you see the threat elevate. You see Andy's growing up. He's not gonna want to play with these toys forever. But for what they have to be there for Andy. But they're gonna be together and they're gonna help their kid around. Toy Story, and then it goes to Toy Story 3. Well, Andy's grown up. He doesn't need us. As long as we stick together, we'll be fine. And you watch these characters grow through that. It's like, don't see the elevation of like Toy Story 1 is just, we gotta escape from Sid. Toy Story 2, we gotta save Andy from being sold to Toy Story 3, literally we gotta stick together because we're gonna burn together. We're gonna burn in a landfill. It's like, it's so. And it was so funny. Like, there was this time I was fun stuff quoting the Toy Story movies because there's such good lines, and they got funny actors, and it doesn't. I love the Toy Story trilogy so freaking much. And Toy Story 4 is fine. Again, there's nothing wrong with Toy Story 4. It's still Toy Story. It's generally the Toy Story movie. Who knows what the future of Toy Story is? Well, Toy Story 5 is what, next year? Did someone say 2020? Is Toy Story 5 supposed to be 2026? And I'm gonna look that up. I don't know how they're gonna come. Okay, it is next year. It is 2026. I don't know. We're so confused because I don't know about Woody and Buzz are coming back, but like it's like how Toy Story 4 ended. I don't get that because apparently Toy Story 5 is about technology and like it's about I don't know. We'll see what happens when they get a trail with this thing. But like, did they make Toy Story 6? I could have sworn. Oh, that's fan in the wiki. I could have sworn. I think did they announce they were doing a Toy Story 6? Like Toy Story 5 hasn't even out yet. Why do they have? Honestly, I hope. I mean, I hope Elio does well. I'm sick of sequels on Pixar. It's like, God, Pixar, you used to be so good. Now all you're doing is turning out. Why do we need Toy Story 5? But I don't know. I'm thinking it's going to be good because it's still Toy Story. Anything connected to Toy Story is usually really good. I gotta tell this story because people are gonna find this funny. So, as a kid, we had a thing. Well, if we got a really good report card, with my dad would get my dad would gift my sister and I with a new game if we did really well on a report card. So anything on a report card came out, my sister and I would have a report card, and we were good students. So I always had like really good grades in elementary school. It's like, look, perfect. The teachers loved me because I was that kid. I was a really good student. It's like I am perfect, quiet student. The teachers love me. My grades are excellent. And every time we gotta go to Portland, my dad would take us out that weekend and buy us a computer game because we had one computer, and that was all awards for getting a good report card. So this would have been probably 2000. This would have been 2000. We went out. Toy Story had the computer PC Toy Story game from Disney Interactive, and it's like, oh, I love Toy Story. I bought the computer game for Toy Story because I was like, that was my reward. Like, I was so excited to play it. I put it in. The game never worked. Literally, I don't think we ever got that game to install because the game just kept stopping down the installation process, so I never got to play it. So like, this game doesn't work. So I think my dad took it back, exchanged it for a new game. That game didn't work. I never played the Toy Story PC game because they never work at all PC. But that's I never wanted to play that game. I remember that. I had that memory come back and like, oh yeah, that PC game I never got to play. But I was sitting there like, it's my turn to play. It's my turn to get the game on. My sister's younger than me. It's like, you're sad. I'm playing Barbie. Man, I'm sitting there on my couch all sad. It's like, look at the Toy Story box. I'm like, oh, why were you install? Oh, it crashed. I don't even remember. Oh, I do remember when I think it was the Toy Story 4, because that was 2019. I sat there when I was watching the theater. It's like, will they make a Kingdom Hearts reference? Because Kingdom Hearts 3 came out like 6 months before Toy Story 4 came out, and we had the Toy Box level on Kingdom Hearts 3 with its canon. I love that story where it's like, we got a timeline, you can't put Kingdom Hearts again. Like, fine, we'll make Kingdom Hearts canon. So canonically, Kingdom Hearts 3 Toy Box level takes place between Toy Story 2 and Toy Story 3. So I like that in Toy Story 4. It's like, what's so what are they doing? They gotta mention that later. Like, I don't think they're gonna show up in the movie like where they mention it. And they did it, but like, oh man, that was so funny. Cause it's canon. I'm turning anecdotes now, so yeah. That's the Toy Story movies. Still my favorite trilogy of all time. I've been writing a what if fanfiction for Toy Story for a while now. After Toy Story 4 came out, I came up with a really interesting idea, and I think I'm gonna go through my what if on the podcast in a couple of weeks. So stay tuned for that. And watching the Toy Story movies again reminded me of how much I love Pixar. So I'm probably gonna do a Pixar tier list eventually. So stay tuned for that. And other than that, like and subscribe to this podcast over on Spotify. Just help the algorithm get this out there so that people know that Canadian Fangirl exists. Although, like and share on your social media if you're following that Canadian Fangirl, just to help grow the audience. Share it on social media. Tell your friends that or tell random stranger on the internet, hey, that Canadian Fangirl is talking about stuff on the internet. Let people know that I exist. For my Demon Tale episode is getting a lot of traction right now, so it's like, ha. Remember, leave a comment if you're so inclined. If you read the description down below, the comments are right there. Leave a comment. Like and follow all my socials: Blue Sky, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, my Twitch. I am now on YouTube. Go to Pokemon JFan on YouTube, find that Canadian Fangirl, and leave a like and comment over on YouTube if you're watching it over there. Look at my community post on YouTube now too, just to let people know that it's like this. No gatekeeping. We don't gatekeep the community. If you like something, you're a fan of it, don't let other people tell you otherwise. And remember, when people ask what fangirl do you listen to, it is that Canadian Fangirl. Which Canadian Fangirl? That Canadian Fangirl. All right. Later, people. You gotta